Hi guys, how you doing? I just wanted to get this video out quickly. It's regards to combustible materials. Another thing that I mainly see going on in self-builds and DIY projects, which it really worries me. I know it's all well-meaning, and I'm kind of killing the buzz of outdoor kitchens with this video, and you may be going through things that you want to design and build and have these great ideas. But it really is important that we understand that we're working with potentially dangerous appliances, fire, open flames, combustible materials. So what you build your outdoor kitchen of is extremely important, and also being aware of spacing around those appliances and the types of things that you can build them into. It really is important. I'm not being a killjoy, and I really hope I don't offend anyone who's, I'm not picking anyone out in particular or having a pop at anybody. And if you've already built an outdoor kitchen using combustible materials, please get a professional to check it out and sign it off, okay? Because it's not worth losing your life over or risking your family's life as well. And also touch slightly on carbon monoxide dangers as well in this video, but that's for another series. But let's get into it, and like I say, take what you will from this. This is from my angle as a professional outdoor kitchen builder and designer, and these are things that if you're looking to prescribe that for a client or for your own DIY build, you really need to take heed of, and check the instructions if ever you're unsure of the appliances that you're using. But I'm not a fan of wood, and this is titled Combustible Materials, Wood is Not Good for Outdoor Kitchen Builds. Okay, so sorry for being a killjoy, but let's get into it, eh? So I'm a site safety supervisor, and part of that is fire hazards and being aware of those. And this is the definition of a fire hazard. What is a fire hazard? A fire hazard is something that could give rise to fire or smoke. For example, this could be a room full of electronics or badly managed combustible or flammable materials. So it's not just about what your outdoor kitchen's made of that's important to define what the fire hazards are, but also things like where you store rubbish, other materials, your fuel for the burn of your fire, or gas cylinders. So they are fire hazards. So you have to apply common sense and good practice within those things. So, as I've said, wood is not good. There's lots of people using wood to build their outdoor kitchens. It's not a good thing to make it out of. And this is my reasoning. It's a combustible material. And you might say, no shit, Sherlock, I throw it on my smoker. We know wood burns, okay? I don't know if you ever saw the Men Behaving Badly episode with Tony and Gary making their barbecue, but this just springs to mind straight away whenever I see anyone attempting to make an outdoor kitchen out of a wood barbecue. Let's just have a look.
What are we doing wrong?
I don't know, mate. Aren't we supposed to blow on it or something? What's wrong?
Blowing it out. Maybe we should buy some sort of lighter fluid.
Evening.
Hey, I'm a sausage! Howdy! You're pork chops!
Did I blow on it? It looks like it's going out.
Now what we're doing, you see, is letting the flames build up really quite substantially to sear the juices in.
See them in? I reckon you'll scare the crap out of them.
So yeah, don't be a Tony and Gary, okay? So fuel, gas or solid, we're talking about wood, gas cylinders, wood frames and rubbish incorrectly stored near appliances is a fire hazard. So this example, I'm going to be biased here, and this is one of the reasons why I champion my metal frame system. Metal frames, cement, particle board, those kinds of things are non-combustible. They're a good example of it. And also things like brick and block, ceramic tiles and stone, they're also a really good example. And you may have seen more traditional outdoor kitchens, especially Mediterranean style ones, built out of those materials. So they're sound. They don't set on fire when you get heat near them. And non-combustible doesn't mean fire-proof. They have a resistance. So eventually they will burn out or burn through, but they won't catch on fire like combustible materials. And that's my friend Rob getting down on the barbie. He's a mean barbecuer as well. Okay, this is another real important one. We're just going to touch on it here quickly, but adding enclosed areas to a gazebo or an outdoor building or something that you're constructing yourself, which may not have been originally purposed to contain an outdoor kitchen, is really dangerous. A lot of the products for outdoor kitchens are designed not to be used in enclosed areas because they give off carbon monoxide, and that's the same with charcoal and solid fuel as well as gas. This is really important, not to be tempted just to chuck some sides on something. I've seen some really dangerous stuff going on. No ventilation, and you need to be speaking to someone who's a HETAS qualified engineer to be able to sign off enclosed areas. So putting gas barbecues or any barbecue appliances has the potential to kill you in enclosed spaces. So I can't stress that enough. It's really, really dangerous, guys. So the internet is rife with well-meaning misinformation. We know this through all sorts of stuff, and this is the same warning when you go through the internet and look at different things on Pinterest and different guides and forums. You know, it really is a jungle, and the information is not always correct and can be from different countries as well, which is not... I'm in the UK. If you're watching this from abroad, this is based revolving around UK legislation and regulations. But just some of the genius at work on the internet. I mean, you are asking for trouble. I've spoken to quite a few people about these types of designs. You've got here the Kettle barbecue sunk below wood level. So as soon as you pile that up with your charcoal in any corner, or you start cooking, this wood is exposed over the heat if you take the lid off. And things like Kettle barbecues are single skin. They don't have an insulating liner. So therefore any heat transferred from that metal will go straight into the wood. We've got no gaps on some of this to stop any transfer of heat. They're just really, really dangerous. And common sense has got to play here. Look, wood decking, wood framework. This is a wood trolley. It's just so dangerous. You know, things like these are going to set on fire. They will eventually set on fire. And just because it's not caught on fire yet doesn't mean it won't. Most of the dodgy outdoor kitchen and budget conversions, cool, it's easy for me to say today, cool, you see thrown around online are just like selfies. You rarely ever see the ugly side. So it is, you know, we will do it, put out our best side. But the truth of it is, a lot of these things, you never see them being used after the first picture of look what I built. And that's normally because the thing has set fire. And this is the other big one. Don't listen to Colin from the pub. Forum Barbecue Boss 69, a friend of a friend, you know, Big Gaza, this guy, you know, don't listen to them. They don't care about you or your safety. And they'll tell you, yeah, of course you can do that. Yeah, this is what I've done in the past. They are not the right people to be talking to. All right, so you have been warned. So rule of thumb, this is just a rule of thumb that I go by here, is if in doubt whatsoever, don't do it, or ask a qualified expert. See, this is if you've got any question over your outdoor kitchen build, just don't do it. If you don't know the answer, don't carry on and be ignorant to it, because you could end up coming a cropper. You don't build freestanding gas or trolley appliances into a fixed cabinet or worktops or anything other than the trolley that they're intended to be used with. Only use built-in appliances made for the job. This is another biggie. Lots of people do this, and again, that's not what they're made for. The fact that they're a trolley means that they're open on all sides, and that can even affect the airflow. So once a lot of problems people find is not necessarily a safety problem, but they find that their barbecue goes out when they've built it into a worktop or units, and that's because it now can't get the airflow that type of model needs from the trolley being open. So that's one reason, but also it's just not intended for that purpose, so don't do it, you know. Don't put solid fuel, charcoal or wood burning products like Kettle barbecues, Commando ovens, Parillas, braais, etc., or similar in close proximity of combustible environments. So all of these things, it's not necessarily what they're built into either. There's also guidelines and regulations onto how close they are to other combustible materials, the proximity. So some will warn you, don't put them 1.5 metres near a wooden building or gazebo, that kind of thing. It's just as important because some fuels spit, pop. There's a risk of sparks, and that can jump onto another surface which isn't non-combustible. Never put charcoal, wood, solid fuel or gas appliance freestanding or built-in or in any enclosed environment without the proper guidance from an expert, gas safe or HETAS qualified person. So they're the people you need to be speaking to. If you've got any questions over gas connections, gas supply, gas safe engineer here in the UK, that's what we have. And also in the UK here we have HETAS, which if you're looking to put a fire into an enclosed situation, something that may not be purpose built for indoor, a HETAS engineer is who you need to be getting in touch with. I'm not one, I'm neither of those two, but this is just what I know from doing loads and loads of outdoor kitchen builds for clients. And there are lots of companies out there that are claiming to be professional companies who are overlooking this as well, and they should be doing it. Gas cylinders are never to be stored directly under appliances or near heat sources. So that's another thing, is gas cylinders. Also another thing a lot of companies do to cut down on space and keep under budget. They go, you can just chuck the cylinder directly underneath a gas appliance and it's almost touching it at the bottom. Really dangerous as well. Do not do that. It should have its own separate cupboard, or at least off to a side away from the gas appliance, or look at the recommendations in the user's manual or owner's manual. It's in there, I guarantee it. So don't believe me. Wood is combustible. When we're talking barbecue areas, wood is not good. Many of the manufacturer guidances and built-in instruction manuals give strict warnings and guidance regarding not using wood or any combustible materials in any part of your build or near it, including decking. This is a biggie, people overlook decking, and wooden pergolas. Alright, so it's still extremely dangerous, even if your outdoor kitchen units aren't made from wood and they're made from something non-combustible. The things that they're standing on or being around is dangerous. And here we go. So this is from Kettle barbecues, dangers and warnings. These are some common ones from Weber and a few other brands that I've just picked out quickly. Improper assembly may be dangerous. Please follow the assembly instructions manual. Combustible materials should never be within 24 inches of the top, bottom, back or sides of the barbecue. Do not put a barbecue cover or anything flammable on or in the storage area under the barbecue. Do not use this barbecue within 5 feet of any combustible materials. Combustible materials include but not limited to wood or treated wood decks, patios and porches. Do not build this model or grill in any built-in or sliding construction. Ignoring this warning could cause a fire or an explosion that can damage property and cause serious bodily injury or death. Doesn't say any clearer there, does it? Do not use this barbecue within 1.5 metres of combustible materials. They include, but are not limited to, wood or treated wood decks, patios and porches. Keep the barbecue on a secure level surface all times, clear of combustible material. Do not place barbecue on glass or a combustible surface. Do not use in a garage, building, breezeway or any other enclosed area. Again, that's the carbon monoxide warning. And this is for gas grills. This is a few that I've picked out as well for gas grills. There's a biggie here. Under no circumstances should this gas grill be modified. Do not operate unit under overhead combustible construction. Maintain proper clearance to combustibles. 686mm to the rear of the unit and 24 inches 610mm to the sides. Additional 610 is recommended near vinyl siding or panes of glass. So it's really clear there. This should not be a well ventilated space. It shouldn't be in a building, garage, screen porch, gazebo or any other enclosed area. It goes on and on and on. So it is there in the manuals, guys. You need to check it out. If it's not purpose built for being installed into an outdoor kitchen unit, don't do it. It will tell you in the manual. And here, like I say, this was picked up from a forum. I'm just going to show you a little case study. It's not picking the person who's done this have done this with the right intentions. They've really thought they're doing the right thing and are really excited to build, and it's gone horribly wrong for them. And they were quite open in sharing it on the forum. So, you know, this is not an attack at them, but it's just showing you what can happen. And it does happen all the time. And here is an unfortunate build from a combustible material in real life. So this is a outdoor kitchen build done DIY style, and someone's built a wood frame and it all looks great, and they've painted it up and they've added it into their outside gazebo or little outdoor shed room that they've done up. It looks very nice. But just wanted to point out here, there's some design flaws straight away, which if you go into my course, we talk about how to plan an outdoor kitchen space and some of the things that you need to look out for. As you can see here, opening up the lids, you're going to bang the lid into the back of the wall, and this one, if you open it up, you're going to smash the window. So there's two things straight away there that they probably realised pretty early on that weren't quite right about it, but somehow managed to carry on. And you'll notice here, like we've talked about in some of the warnings, you've got extreme close proximity to wood cladding. All right, and this is an open fire. This is a Commando oven. If you don't know what they run on solid fuels like wood and charcoal. And so you've got a lot of naked open flame, high heat. You can get them up to huge temperatures. And here they're sitting it directly on a wood frame. Now this is a Commando Joe. They have a built-in version Commando Joe, which actually has some feet, which keeps it up off of the surface, giving a insulation gap of air. This is just sitting straight on the wood, which it shouldn't do. You've also got the airflow adjuster here, and that has a risk of sparks and embers flying out of it when you're cooking, or even when you finish cooking and you forget about it and you're letting it cool down, you can still get sparks and little embers fly out of there. And then you can look here, they're storing plastics and combustibles directly underneath this extreme heat, where you shouldn't do that. And this is the result. So you know, I really feel bad for these people when it's, you know, it's not poking fun at who made this, but it's really dangerous. You can see here how badly this fire has taken hold, where the either the barbecue or the Commando oven has caught fire. And it's not just the area that they've put it in has caught fire. Look at the state of the surrounding buildings. You can just see how dangerous it is. There's a gas explosion as well, where the cylinder blew up. Imagine if you had all your friends round and you're all standing in there, you know, or sitting out here. It would be absolutely devastating. So lucky no one was hurt. You can just see the amount of damage that's been caused here. So don't do it, okay? Don't use wood. Wood is not good. When in doubt, don't do it. Whenever in doubt regarding the design and materials of your outdoor kitchen are suitable, just don't do it. Yeah, I've said it enough times. I get it, when budgets are low, it's tempting to cut corners and get sucked in by the pallet wood brigade, who are also close mates with the fire brigade. Yeah, pallet wood is the worst of them all. If you're going to attempt to self-build, spend the time and money to acquire the best non-combustible materials, purpose-built appliances, and use them in the safest way. The proper materials will also last you longer and cost you less in the long run. It's very true. You know, if you're doing everything on the cheap, it only lasts a year or two. Untreated wood will be rotten by year 2, and you're pulling it all out again. Following the appliance manufacturer's manual. I know us guys, we don't like doing that. We don't like reading manuals, but we have to. The right non-combustible materials plus sensible design equals good. You know what I'm getting at there. So yeah, read the manual, use non-combustible materials, do your research, and plan it out properly before you start building. It's a very niche market, especially here in the UK, and there's not a ton of information about it, which is why I'm doing these videos, and hopefully we can all do it in a safe way. So ask a qualified expert. Anything to do with natural gas and gas connections, get in touch with someone who's a gas safe registered engineer or plumber. Gas cylinders, gas safe registered engineers or plumbers with a leisure certificate are the guys you want to speak to if it's to do with gas cylinders. And enclosed areas or structures, and you're wanting to put an outdoor kitchen into it, and you want to close off the sides and put in doors and things, you need to speak to a HETAS registered engineer or installer. And of course your manufacturer or supplier of your appliances, you need to get in touch with them as well, just to have a check with them whether they think that the product is suitable for those kinds of installations. So here is the website for the Gas Safe Register, so you can find all those types of engineers there, and there's also the HETAS one below. So hopefully you guys in the UK, that will be of use for you. So if you've got any other questions, or you'd like some more information, or maybe I can help you out with your outdoor kitchen build, my name's Scott Patterson, and you can find me at sumooutdoor.co.uk, and my mobile number is 07895 34 22 16. I'd love to hear from you what you thought about this video. You liked it, you hated it, and just, yeah, keep the conversation going. Let me know what you guys are planning for your outdoor kitchens next summer, because we're now heading into the winter months, and yeah, it'd be interesting to know what you plan on doing. So hope you found this useful, and again, I'm not picking fun at anyone. I'm not peeing on anyone's bonfire, but these are serious things that we need to consider if you're looking to do an outdoor kitchen. Keep it safe and you will have a much better time. Thanks guys, take care.